Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Sown and Rooted. I am your humble host, Kimberly Collins, aka The Educated Natural. I'm super excited to have you here because this week, just like any other week, we are bringing to you another featured guest. Now, honestly, to me, she needs no introduction. But in case you are not familiar with her, let me just tell you just a hint about who today's featured guest is and why she's here. She is the owner, creator, founder of her own business entitled, drum roll please. You ready? Okay. She is the owner of Moms Needs Help Too, LLC. But not only that, she has expanded. She's also the owner, the creator of her another business called Brilliant Minds Learning Center. Now, the difference in these two businesses, Moms Need Help Too, is her very own mom concierge service. We're going to find out all about that. And her learning center, Brilliant Minds Learning Center, provides services for infants through preschoolers. That's right. So if you are a mom, a new mom, an expectant mom, you need to pay very close attention to today's show. But I'm not going to take all of her shine. You all know here at Sown and Rooted, we love for our guests to come on and introduce themselves to you themselves. So without further ado, allow me, Kimberly Collins, the Educated Natural, to bring to your view none other than my featured guest of today, Mrs. Nikole Vincent. Welcome, Nikole.
Peace. How are you, love?
I am great. Blessings to you. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I couldn't think of a better featured guest for this topic today than you, my beautiful sister.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I know we already talked about this off camera, but when I say I truly appreciate you, you're the one who simply put, had me to jump to be on camera.
Wow.
Years, I don't know how many years ago it was. I know it had to have been over 5 years ago because I didn't even start Moms Need Help Too yet. And I was telling you how nervous I was to be, the face of Moms Need Help Too or my company. And then also too, in regards to getting on stream like this, you're like, girl, just do it. And I was like, okay, all right. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to do it. So it's full circle and I love it. And I truly thank you.
Well, I'm honored to be a part of your story. I'm honored to be a part of your live streaming and your growth journey. I do not take that lightly. So thank you for acknowledging me in that part of your life. I tell you, I said, you are not going to having me crying on camera. My cry is not pretty. Please don't do it. Please don't do it.
You and me both. Once that one tear comes, it's a wrap. I'm just like, we're going to have to go to commercial. I know you don't even have commercials. We're going to start today, though.
I will make it today.
Absolutely.
Good. I just told the audience about your two businesses, but please tell the audience about yourself in case they are not familiar with Nikole Vincent.
Absolutely. Again, my name is Nikole Vincent. I am the owner of Moms Need Help Too, Mommy Concierge and Childcare here in Hampton Roads, Virginia. And now I'm also the owner of a learning center, our first learning center, not our last, and it's Brilliant Minds Learning Center. The thing about this is when I started Moms Need Help Too 6 years ago, because of the needs I did not have, because my family is in Philadelphia, my husband's family is in the islands. So for me, I felt essentially alone, if you will. I mean, I knew people here in Hampton Roads from just working, however, just somebody that can come in and just help as I was transitioning from childbirth, or just be that support system for me if I needed to take a nap, or if I just needed like some self-care. because I felt depleted. So for me, when God asked me to do this through my, my trials and tribulations, because I was passing through postpartum at the time, depression. And so when I started going through that, I just felt, when I heard his voice, I just felt the need like to go and do it. You know what I mean? I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I just was like, let's make this happen. God chose me, and this is what I'm going to do. This is my purpose, and this is my calling. So therefore, through that, I was able to actually develop a system that I would have wanted, and thinking about our families and our community and our babies, So with that stated, and it's funny, I'm going to share this with you. In the very beginning of doing Moms Need Help Too, of course, I was an admin all my life, right? So I created templates and all that great stuff, something to kind of start with, because I didn't go to school. I didn't finish college. So I didn't know anything about business management, business, whatever. I didn't know that. So I just started somewhere, right? So, and then I was like, all right, well, I would love to be able to support more people, more organizations. So I was like, let me go ahead and start supporting daycares, not the bigger chains, because I know you have to kind of get all the way to the top to talk to somebody about, partnering. So I started with the smaller chains. So in starting that, I got together like a file or a folder, if you will, with like exactly my purpose is. My purpose was to be able to provide that support for their families, when the business was closed, when, babies were sick, weekends, holidays, you name it, let's be your plan B. Right. So if plan A is unavailable. So everyone that I spoke to, I mean, they were nice. They weren't ignorant about it, or some of them did not call me back. But I think I never got a call back. I never got a call. And it got to me because it was like, why wouldn't you allow me to help you? You know what I mean? And I guess for me, I wasn't thinking like, well, you see me as a competition, because I don't believe in competition. I don't believe in that. So, but just to, as they say, God has a purpose for me, right? So absolutely. Now that I have, it's coming full circle. Now I have my own, learning center. So with that saying that we're different than anyone else, only because if our children, and I say our children, I mean like your children are families. Our children are coming here during the week. If we're close, they have mommy concierge to back them up. So it's an ongoing, it's a continuation of care is what they have here. So I'm going to say this without even tearing up, but it's amazing. It's amazing, what God, once you plant yourself in your faith, whatever faith that is, you see what I'm saying? Yes. What he can do, you know what I'm saying? Right. It's amazing. I'm just going to keep it like that. It's amazing.
Listen, you all, in case you're just now joining us, let me go on and give this huge shout out to our live recording audience. Thank you all for being here, each and every one of you. I see your hands. I see your comments. Thank you for being here, rocking with us. It is highly, highly appreciated. My featured guest this afternoon, I always want to say evening, so I'm so used to recording in the evenings. This afternoon, there I go again, is Mrs. Nikole Vincent. See, this is what happens when you've been in the game as long as I have. Nikole, you've been rocking with me for a while. I've had evening shows, I've had afternoon, depending on which radio station or which venue I was a part of. It was always a different time. So forgive me, we are in the afternoons now. So listen, let me tell you, Nikole has been rocking with me when I used to be live on Periscope. Nikole, I could always look in the comments and see Nikole there like, yes, you tell it, like backing me up, like my amen corner, okay? That was Nikole Vincent. And I said, you know what? I was telling her off live today. I was telling her, I said, listen, I can't believe it took me this long to get you here on the show. And she said it was perfect timing. And she is absolutely right. Because early on, I was having some issues and going through and trying to find my way. And she was doing the same thing. So I am happy that God has allowed our paths to cross again. And she is here. You all listen, I'm telling you, if you know a mom that needs services. And I know, and I was telling her off camera, I said, listen, I wish I had your services when I gave birth to my second child, because I went through some things and I was there by myself in a foreign country. So these types of services that she provides, please listen up and take heed to it, because there are moms out there right now. And as we get into this show, you'll understand why her services are so important and needed. There are moms out there right now who will be bringing their babies home, who now are wondering, what do I do? And this is why, if you look at it like this, my last show from last week, I had 2 labor and delivery nurses here. Today is like a continuation, because they started in the hospital with the mom. She takes it from there. Let's look at it like that, because moms do need help too, and fathers, because the fathers are there with the mom too. So they're stressed out as well. But I want now, Nikole, to get into a part of your journey way back before your business. And I want to look at your military spouse journey, because I know you kind of was around, and now you are in a heavy military community. Can you tell me about your experience with the military moms?
So starting with myself, my husband, he has since transitioned. However, it was at the time, I had, our 2 little ones. And for me, I was holding it down, if you will. Was it difficult? Absolutely. Because again, I had no family here. So when it comes to understanding so many different aspects of our situations, each of our situations are different. And a lot of them come together, kind of like, girl, I went through the same thing just last week, next month, or whatnot. So when it comes to Moms Need Help Too, I definitely understand, and I can correlate with, the military lifestyle. Now, granted, I wasn't the one, I got into my husband's, we joined, before he transitioned. So we weren't like here, there, everywhere, like how you were, you know what I'm saying? Right. However, me not having family here, to me, that kind of equates a little bit. I mean, I didn't have to get my passport to get here, but I'm just saying, so with that stated, I definitely understand the reason why a lot of our parents and our families, they go through a lot, especially being military. I know when I first started Moms Need Help Too, my very first long-term position, I did a living position. Granted, it was just right here in Williamsburg. I'm in Newport News. So, and both, it was a dual family, right? And they were actually getting ready, prepared to go, I want to say over to Korea. So it was very difficult for the kids. You see what I'm saying? Because they knew they were about to leave. They had a lot of things invested here, their friends and their school, you know what I'm saying? And then the family was doing all they can to like kind of keep the kids' spirits up. You know what I mean? Because that transition is hard for our children, and I would have, trust me, I would have loved to get my passport ready, be like, all right, y'all, I'm out. I'll be over there to help you as you're transitioning, and I'll be the living nanny, because I love to travel. So, but just during that, I was able to see through the children's eyes, you know what I mean, what it means to go through a transition that was about to happen, but also too, our thing is to be able to help or assist during these transition phase, whether it be you're transitioning to another, country, state, or here, new, or, being able to transition from childbirth. Because I've even though I have not taken flight and, traveled the world like a lot of military families are, but I know that feeling. I know how it feels. And I know how it feels when, the assistance that we need as we're transitioning from childbirth.
Oh, yes, it is an interesting journey. Let me just say it that way for military families, with everything that we have to go through. And like I mentioned before, Nikole, I wish your services were there for me. And now that I think about it, instead of me saying just for my second child, my first child, because like the situation you just described, that was my husband and I, when I had to make that tough decision to separate from the military, because I had just given birth and I was like, what are you talking about? I need a family care plan. What is that?
Yeah.
And that's when, as a mom, I had to put my big girl underwear on and say, I don't have the resources here that could help me. I'm going to have to make a career choice and a career change.
Absolutely.
And that's what, I had to do. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm excited that you are so close to a military organization, because there are moms that need concierge services. We need a little bit of assistance as we're transitioning into mommyhood. And I don't care if it's your second child, third child, 15th child, every birth, every child, every experience during that time is different. So we need to know that we have someone outside of our spouse, especially if you're military, because you don't know if your active duty spouse is going to be there or not.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
a lot of the cases, they may not be. So to know that you have someone like Nikole Vincent and her team there for you, to me, it's a win-win situation, and it could help a lot of families. So I personally, Nikole, want to thank you for providing such services. So some people think, oh, I don't need that, but you never know where life is going to land you. Right. So please, if you hear this particular episode of Sown and Rooted, share it out. Thank you for the likes and the shares and the comments on social media of this episode, because there's going to be a mom that may see this tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, and say, you know what? I'm not far from her. I need her services. Oh my goodness, I really need her services. And Nikole, I would like for you now to share where people that may need your services can reach out to you at.
Absolutely. So you can give us a call at 757-504-0511, or you can visit us on our website, which is www.momsneedhelp2, which is TOOLLC.com.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone in the live in the studio. Thank you all for being here. Yes, indeed. This is phenomenal information. And they always say I have the best guests. So, Nikole, I'm telling you, I don't have to tell you this, but you're in good hands here on Sown and Rooted with me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So a lot of people that are watching us happen to be entrepreneurs. And I would love for you to share with them your personal entrepreneurial journey, because some people think, oh, it's easy, oh, I can do that. But I'm sure you have some interesting challenges and stories to tell about your own personal journey into entrepreneurship.
Oh, gosh, absolutely. I don't even know where to start. Okay, so after the birth of my now 8-year-old, right? Like I said, I was passing through postpartum depression. I was functional. I wasn't, I didn't cause any harm to myself and my babies. If anything, it was hard for me to get up and do things for me. I just wanted just to sit in that darkness, if you will. When I breastfed, I cried. When I, washed dishes, I cried. I watched cartoons, I cried. And I didn't understand, at the time I was like, okay, I just must be having a rough day. Right. Because I was like, I have 2 school-age children, depression, what? I mean, I got this, Right. Nope. So, and it's okay. I had to learn that it's okay. Because at first I was like, oh no, I don't want no medicine. It's not going to, not me, because I'm stronger than this, So I had to understand, having depression doesn't mean that you're not strong, For me, I had to understand a lot of different things about myself. And, like I said, this is 8 years ago, 9 years ago. So the thing is, I'm thinking I knew myself inside and out. Wrong. Mm-hmm. We are constantly evolving. Right. We are constantly maturing, and we're constantly learning new things, skill sets, things that we didn't even know was in us, and a lot of times we don't know most of these things that are in us until we go through challenges. You see what I'm saying? We pass through things. So for me, once he spoke to my spirit, first time I've ever heard his voice, and I was more you ever see people when they see their celebrity person or whatever, oh my gosh, sign my paper. That's how I felt. I was like, oh my God, he talked to me. So that's how I felt. So, and he had asked me to help other families that was in my situation, other mothers that was in my situation. And for me, I kind of was like, God, for real? Like, thank you for choosing me, but what? Because I didn't know what to do. I didn't finish college. I didn't go to school for any kind of business, whatever. But honestly, like, I just created a couple templates and just started doing what I do. I mean, I had, forgive me saying this, crackhead prices, because I think I was like $50 a day. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how many hours, they could put in 12 hours a day, $50.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. So, but it's a learning process. I don't expect anybody just to be jumping in there like, I know exactly what to do. Like, no, like it's a facade. Also too, when I hear other entrepreneurs talking about like, oh my gosh, like this is so great. Look at these glitz and glams and da da da. They're showcasing everything. And at first I was like, okay, I want to do that. I want to be that person right there. Mm-hmm. And then the thing is, it's like, nah, it's not for me. Right. The reason why is because that's not entrepreneurship. The glitz and glam, it comes, but sometimes it comes years later. Yes. So for me, utilizing my platform, I can show I can be as transparent as I want to be. I can tell people, is it rewarding? Absolutely. Can you, build, continue to build yourself and others? Absolutely. Will you cry and will you go broke? Absolutely. You see what I'm saying? All that's going to happen, but it's for, it's part of the process. And the thing is, even when it comes to our center, right? For example, I signed this paperwork last like November. We started, because of the pandemic, we started like the build out probably about January timeframe. Now, mind you, all in all, rent here has to be paid. You see what I'm saying? That's true. So as I'm doing this, I'm thinking like, okay, well, hey, boom, I signed the paperwork. This is going to be kind of not easy, but I was like, I have plenty of banks that I'm associated with and so forth and so on. Each and every one denied me for a loan. Wow. So yeah, denied. So for me, I was like, bet. I got my car. It was a 2019 Ford Expedition, and I sold her. I sold her for $30,000, and then I invested in the build out, because mind you, this is 2144 square feet of nothing. It was nothing in here, besides the 2 bathrooms, the office I'm sitting in, and then it's like a little area which is now our kitchenette. There was nothing in there, so I invested $25,000 plus in the build out of this, starting in January. So, and the thing is, I did it without even blinking. Why? Because this process from beginning of the time of me building and starting Moms Need Help 2 to now has strengthened my faith in spirit. It's a no-brainer. You see what I'm saying? Because, for me, my passion lies in my families, our babies, their futures. You see what I'm saying? Right. So for me, this is a no-brainer. This is all, it's like giving, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if I have it, you have it. And that's one of my mottos. If I got it, you got it. You ain't got to bat an eye. You ain't got to ask me, Nikole, hey, can I, do you need it back? Nope. Because to me, this is what family is supposed to do. This is what a village is supposed to do for each other. Right. So for me, putting money into this and the build out of it and making sure everything is laid out for our babies here, no brainer. Because I know God got me. He's gotten me this long, this far.
Absolutely.
So for me, just this journey has been, it's been a doozy. In so many words, it's been a doozy. But I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't, right. Because as they say, trust the process, and definitely not for the weak. If you have not invested in yourself first, don't do this. Don't do it. Don't start it now, because you're going to doubt everything. If you doubt yourself just going, on an everyday basis, you know what I'm saying? Starting a business today is not for you right now, because you need to be steadfast in who you are and in your purpose and your greatness. If you're not steadfast in that, you cannot birth something else. There's no way. You see what I'm saying? Because you're going to have not
Absolutely.
only difficulties in, who you are, but now what you birthed. You know what I'm saying? For me, you know, the only thing I knew at the time was God chose me. He chose me to do
All right.
this. I can't let him down. That's how I felt. I refuse to let him down. And I
Absolutely.
refuse to let life and my depression defeat me. So that's how honestly, with God's grace, that's how I got this far. And I'm still going.
Let me tell you something. With God's grace and when you're on God's mind and when you are operating and you are aligned with God's plan,
Absolutely.
doors open.
Absolutely.
Huge doors you couldn't even imagine will open for you. And Nikole, I am so happy that you brought up the importance of investing in yourself, because I've heard time and time again from many entrepreneurs, whether they've been in this thing for a year or more, I've always heard people say that's where they struggle at. And for you to share that you sold your vehicle to invest in the building you are sitting in now is an amazing testimony, because I know a lot of people that will go and just rent from somewhere else. You said, I'm taking this thing a step further. So I tip my hat to you for that, because a lot of entrepreneurs would not even think that far in advance. And you just shared such power in your own testimony, in your own journey. And I'm telling you from personal experience, I too have cried along this thing. I've thrown shoes at things. I've stumped my feet. I've quit. I've walked away. I've told people I'm not doing it anymore. But God always turned me back around to where that place where I stopped and I said, now that you're done with your pity party, get up, keep going. And because of people like you, Nikole, who, like I said earlier, were there with me when I was live on Periscope, you always were there to encourage me. And as an entrepreneur, that's what we need. We need those
Absolutely.
people that we can look to on those sad days, those crying days, those pity party days, those I want to give up days, to have that strong person on the other side that doesn't mind looking at us and saying, look, girl, get up. Man, get up. You have people waiting on you. And like I shared with you off camera, I thank you for looking out and thinking of the next generation. And for those of you that are tuning in a little bit late, I'm sitting here today with the amazing Mrs. Nikole Vincent. She's the owner of Moms Needs Help 2, a mom concierge service, as well as her own daycare center called Brilliant Minds Learning Center. She's located in Newport News, Virginia. So all my Virginia people, pay attention, because she is providing not only one, but two services for moms. So I don't want to hear the excuses from moms to say I don't have a support service. Yes, you do. I have took the last two shows to show you nurses, as well as Nikole Vincent sitting here with me today to say, look, I got your back, sis. I have you. Now, Nikole, for those people that may not be familiar with your two businesses, can you break down for them what services Moms Need Helps to, as well as the Learning Center? What services do you provide to moms and parents in general?
Absolutely. So for our mommy concierge and childcare, all of our services are located in the comfort of our moms and dads' homes here in Hampton Roads. So we have a Peninsula team, and then we have a Southside team. So, I get a lot of people like, well, you're just in Newport News. I mean, on paper, I'm in Newport News, but for our mommy concierge, they're all located in the comfort of our moms and dads' homes. So we can help moms and dads, as they're transitioning from childbirth. So as moms are resting and dad's trying to hold it down, whether it be inside or outside the home, we're in there. We're pretty much waiting on mom's, head and foot, your hand of, what is it? Whatever. We're waiting on moms. You know what I'm saying? So, whether it be, light housekeeping, errand running, grocery shopping, infant care, the list continues, because I understand that. I was one of those moms, I have three. So I was one of those moms that was trying to hold it down and try to heal, because things were discombobulated inside. It's normally like that for a minute, so right. We need that assistance, So, we're doing that. We also have sitters, we have nannies. We can travel with our parents. We have hotel and resort sitters, and we have event sitters. Another thing that we're able to incorporate into our services is kind of like, if you will, like an Angie's List for moms.
Okay.
So we also not only provide that support for our families, but we also provide that support for our vetted business owners here in Hampton Roads. So for example, if moms and dads are looking for like a photography or photo shoot session, we can incorporate that into moms and dads' homes. If they need a mani-pedi, a massage, a facial, like I said, glam session, landscaping, counseling, we can actually, kind of bring all that to moms and dads. So they don't have to always take out to, on Facebook, like looking for in search of X, Y, and Z. Like,
right.
That to me, that just kind of like, it is too much. So we want to be that ultimate one-stop shop and that resource for our families. We also have partnered with Vivint, and anybody is on this live, if you guys are looking for any kind of cameras for your home, inside or outside your home, I need you to tune into this and to again, it doesn't matter if you have our services or not, but we actually, being as though we partnered with them, we are actually able to get you free installation, as well as we pay up to, if needed, 4 months of services. So if you need like a nanny cam for your home, whether it be with our services or without our services, you can tap right into those cameras from your phone. I got it on my phone. I love the app. I love the service because I can tap in, I can see, I can hear, you know what I'm saying? And listen, I can, even when it comes to people ringing the doorbell, I can do the same thing, kind of like Ring, the Ring service. However, for me, I don't know. I love the service for, that Vivint provides. They have all different types of gadgets and everything for your home. So if you are interested, again, we can get you free installation, as well as that we can pay up to 4 months of your services. So if you're interested, please text me at our phone number, 757-504-0511, and I'll have the regional manager reach out to you. Her name is Alana. She's a beautiful human being, and she understands the need. And so she will contact you, and she'll be able to provide you, with whatever you need to get you going. So outside of that, that's our Mommy Concierge. And then with our first, not our last, our first learning center here in Newport News, right off of Campbell Road, is 4032 Campbell Road in Newport News, 23602. We actually just finished mailing off. We're actually going to mail off our packet. It's a thick packet. It's like, guys, it's like that thick. I'm not even going to exaggerate. It's that thick.
No, she's not. I saw it.
The packet, for our licensing, because as soon as they give us those thumbs up, we are open for business. And, so we can love on your babies, treat them like our own. Definitely we're here to provide that nurturing environment. We're going to be similar to, the curriculum is going to be similar to like a Montessori curriculum. So really excited about that. And we have monitoring in here, inside and outside of the facility, even in like coming through the front door. Like I don't play when it comes to my babies. You know what I'm saying, Kim? I don't. I love my babies, and I don't play when it comes to them, and just me loving on them. I want them to feel that as soon as they walk through the front doors of this facility, as well as if they're receiving our care in the comfort of their home as well.
Amazing. Now, do you have a date set when you think you'll be up and running and ready to receive new visitors?
No, because if I did, that would have been like months ago. Only because every month that goes by, we still got to pay rent, but it's not open. So once the licensing comes through here, when they leave and they say you're set to open, we can open that day. So, right. But trust me, believe you me, I will be running, telling that and those and everything, because as soon as we get that thumbs up, Facebook Live, here I come. You guys will be tired of me going up there like, Nikole, we get it. It's open. Okay, we get it. Because I'm gonna let everybody know.
I don't blame you. And as soon as I know, you all will know, and everybody else will know, and we're gonna blast this out. Because the
and let me tell you.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. Yes. Let me tell you too. So what I am going to start doing, because now that I have this outlet right here, right. Definitely on the weekends, I want just to let our community know that We're going to do like different like fish fries and different things, because it's all about giving back.
Right.
I firmly believe in that. And these
Yes.
these things that we're going to do from our center, like on the weekends, it's about giving back to our families. So we're going to have really great different events for like and mommy meetups, so they can do play dates here on the weekends. We can give back to our community, whether it be like, maybe like food, like I said, fish fries or whatever the case may be, when it comes to those families that really need it, need extra, love. We're here to do that. Also too, I'm actually going to do like, I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. Kim, I'll probably ask you after this what we can call it, but it's going to be, I want to show people and teach people how to remain grounded, or how to ground themselves. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
In their spirituality, how to find peace. Because a lot of times we're like, girl, just don't let them, get in your center and your peace. And people are like, well, what is that? I haven't had peace in X amount of years,
Right.
Let me help you find that. You see what I'm saying? Because no one actually breaks it down parade rest, how you get to peace, or how you get grounded or stay grounded. You see what I'm saying? But they keep using that word just like, oh yeah, my village this, but then their village never shows up or appears whenever they need them. So why we keep calling them a village? Like that's not a village. That's just a person, So just different things like that, teaching people how to do that. Our community, our women, our men, how to do that, as well as vision boards and different things that kind of can help guide us through life, So I'm going to actually start those classes here.
Wow, that sounds amazing. And we're getting so many comments from the comment section of our live studio audience here rocking with us today. Thank you, JD's Corner, for being here. Thank you, Marcella's Way, for being here. Thank you, the best uni, Miss Josephine. Thank you for being here. Thank you, James, for being here. Let's go on through the list, give all these shout outs to this wonderful studio audience we have here. Thank you, T-shirt Man Lowe's, for being here. That's what I'm talking about. Big boy Prince in the house. Thank you for being here. My baby's even watching. Hey, Asia, how you doing, girl? She's watching us.
Nice.
My firstborn, my oldest. Thank you for being here, baby. Thank you, Keita Blue, for being here. Wow, everyone has come out to show support. Thank you, the baby's booty. Now, let me tell you that isn't that a perfect name for today's show? The baby's booty. I tell you, the baby's booty, you just fit into my last two shows just perfectly. What else do we have? Thank you, Dips Designs, for being here. If I missed you, charge it to my head, not my heart. Thank you, Gina, for being here. My goodness, everybody's in the house. Let me tell you, for those of you that's listening to this in the podcast or radio form, listen closely. Every name I have called out, you can find these wonderful individuals over on YouTube. If you need custom designs or custom anything, I'm telling you, these wonderful crafters and creators will be happy to service you. And if they don't have anything, you can always reach out to your girl, Kimberly Collins, the educated natural, over at Sown on Purpose. I got you covered. If even to you, Nikole, you need anything, holla at your girl. I got you. And if I can't do it, I know plenty of people in this chat that can. And I don't mind. As you know, I don't mind passing the buck to somebody that can do better than I can. That's what I believe in, giving back. Because if I can't do it, I'm not going to put my name on it. I'm going to give it to someone else that can. I have no problem with that. I am not selfish in that department.
No, right.
Thank you, Anthony Alexander, for being here. And Mrs. Jennifer Foxworthy, thank you for hanging out with us today. Thank you, Mr. Jason Kennedy, for being here as well. We thank you all for being here. Listen, before we move on, I want to make sure I give my previous guest her due diligence. Miss Jennifer Foxworthy has a conference coming up in Florida this Saturday. If you don't know who she is, just head over to Inspirationally Speaking, and you can find out all the information there. Go to unstoppableyouministries.com. You can find out all the information there about her upcoming conference this Saturday. Jennifer, if you are still here, please, for our live studio audience, drop the details about your conference. If she's unable to do that, you can always look on my social media. I will put her flyer up in case you are in Florida and you would love to attend in person, or If you are around the world and you would like to get a virtual ticket, those are also available. And if they are not, I'm sure she'll be willing to make that happen for you. So make sure you show some love to Mrs. Jennifer Foxworthy. Now that has been taken care of, because I love giving back, Nikole. For those that are just now coming in, a lot of people are going in and out, please share with everyone how they can connect with you.
Absolutely. Our website is www.moms, M-O-M-S, need help to, which is TOOLLC.com, as well as 757-504-0511.
All right, you've heard it here first. Make sure, if you know or know of someone that needs mom concierge service or is looking for a learning center, a daycare center for their kids from infant to preschool, I believe. Is that correct?
Yep.
Please reach out to Mrs. Nikole Vincent. Her two businesses are Moms Need Help Too, LLC, as well as Brilliant Minds Learning Center there in the Hampton Roads, Virginia area. Do not miss your opportunities. I'm telling you, once she opened those doors at that learning center, don't be calling me talking about Kim, I can't get in. You better make a friend now. I'm trying to help you out here for free.
Right.
Listen, Nikole, how did your life change when you gave birth to your third child? You mentioned it earlier. You underwent maybe some minor complications with what is known as postpartum disorder. Some people call it postpartum depression, etc. How was that experience for you? Because I've learned that there are certain signs that moms give off that the normal person that may not be familiar with postpartum may miss. And I don't want to see moms or children suffer. So please share your story so we can help those moms out there that are just now having their children that may be experiencing this unknown.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, I just like I did, and like I said, I was very naive when I first started passing through depression. And for me, I just thought I was having a bad day, a bad week, a bad month. Bad meaning because I didn't feel 100%. Like my spirit, my energy, I was still loving on my babies, but I was wearing a mask, a facade, if you will, right? With a smile and but I wanted to cry all the time. Didn't matter what I was doing, I wanted to cry. I just felt like I was sitting in a hole somewhere. I don't know. I can't better explain it, guys. I'm sorry. But I know something was wrong, but I was trying to do everything that I could, to get myself out of that funk, if you will.
All right.
For me, it just became difficult to get out of bed. You know what I mean? I just wanted to just bring me the baby, I'll nurse them, and here you go, whatever the case may be, But also, too, there was a lot of times where it was just me. I didn't have any, I felt depleted. That's exactly what it is. I felt depleted. I felt there's nothing I can do. There's no tea I can drink. There's no herb I can digest or ingest or whatever that can bring me out of there. And I highly suggest, if any woman that is experiencing something that's like, this don't feel right, ask your doctor, call somebody, talk to somebody. You don't have to sit in silence, and for me, I kind of sat in silence for a little bit because I didn't want to, I didn't want to seem like I couldn't rock that S on my chest. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't, I didn't want to seem like, oh, well, some men and women would be like, nah, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good. But that's just a Band-Aid. You see what I'm saying? That's a Band-Aid, and it's a very tiny one, what I'm saying, on this kind of like bigger problem or issue at the time. But also too, don't let it feel like it got the best of you. Because for me, honestly, at the time, that it was talking for me. You see what I'm saying? It was thinking for me. It was the negative that was coming through, and it was the depression that was talking. And a lot of times, when we're in that funk, everything funky. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like our thoughts are funky.
Right.
Sometimes the way we move might be kind of funk. And it ain't the P funk. It's funk. Like you need
Right.
to go talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing was to I don't know. Pride got in the way. It did.
Mm-hmm.
Pride got in the way because I was like, not me. No, I'm
Right.
stronger than this. And you are strong. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You are strong as I don't know what. You see what I'm saying? And you
That's it.
know what your purpose is. You do. But at this moment, you feel that that funkiness is kind of like, it's like that overcast,
Right.
and it will talk you out of everything positive you need to do. You
Yes,
know,
indeed.
if you need to, if sometimes people be like, you just need to get a shower and then, maybe go for a walk, things, positive things, right? Your
Right.
brain, your mind in that cloud of, or the darkness, but like, no, maybe tomorrow, or maybe you don't need that. You just need to sit here, So it's
Mm-hmm.
going to continue to talk to you. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
If you will, So, but definitely, please talk to somebody about that. Reach out to
Please.
somebody that will listen, that has a good head on their shoulder. Don't talk to anybody, but like, girl, you don't need no medicine. You fine. Like, don't talk to those people.
Please
You see
don't.
what I'm saying? Because they don't believe you. Have to go to people that will listen to you authentically. And even if they don't believe in it, they'll say, look, you really need to talk to somebody, man. Like, I love you that much to tell you need to talk to somebody.
Absolutely.
So yeah, absolutely. So I hope I answered your question, love.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did. Because I wasn't familiar with it when I had my second daughter. I heard the term, but I was just like you just described. Not me. I got this. I've done this before. Now there is a 9-year gap between my children. Okay.
Yeah.
So when I had my second one compared to when I had my first one, it was two different situations, because with my first one, my husband was with me. With my second one, he had to go go off and do army business, so he wasn't there.
Right.
So here I am with this newborn and a 9-year-old over there about to pull my hair out, crying for no reason. And I'm not a crier. I'm crying for no reason. I don't want to eat. I'm feeding my baby around the clock. My husband calls and I'm just, oh man. And he's like, what in the world? And I'm in a foreign country over in Europe, and he's here in the States doing what the Army needs him to do. So it was a mess. So I wanted you to share that, because some women may think I am losing it. But all honesty, what you're going through is actually our normal transition, but it can get out of control if you don't recognize the signs, and have someone like Nikole to talk you through it and to give you some sort of direction as to where you should go next. So Nikole, for someone that may be experiencing some type of postpartum issue, what is the next step they should go to? Let's say they don't have that person to talk to. Where should they go?
Well, right now there's so many things, being as though we are, during this pandemic, there's so many places now that is like, you can go to doctor's appointments virtually, right? But definitely reach out to a healthcare provider. I think a lot of us hopefully have some sort of or means of healthcare. There are 800 numbers that you can connect with, and they can connect you with whoever that caregiver is or that provider would be for you. And the only thing they're going to do is they're going to ask you a couple questions. You see what I'm saying? To kind of gauge to see where you are. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened to me. They asked me a few questions to kind of gauge where I was. And then, because I started with my primary care, and then she then got me over to my psychologist, right? My counselor. And then as I was going through that, of course, they're not trying to, well, if you get somewhere and they're like, here, yeah, okay, that sounds good. Here's your medicine. You know what I mean? Then you need to go somewhere else. You need to go somewhere else quickly. So once I sat down with my counselor, I think it was maybe about 3 or 4 sessions in, maybe definitely less than 10. Because even though we were talking, we were engaging, and I was just like, kind of purging everything that I was feeling and everything. And she was like, Nikole, I need you to, I need you to think about getting on medicine. And for me, it wasn't like, okay, it was like, nah, I got this. I'm just going to pray on it. And then I'm going to just like do better. And then I'm going to do, so it was a lot of things I still was battling, because I was like, this is not going to define me, but, then I had, a couple of family members like, it doesn't define you. It doesn't define who you are. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I was like, and I prayed on it. I prayed on it.
Absolutely.
And then, eventually, yes, I did. I started seeing a psychiatrist, and now, mind you, the people that I go see, they're just amazing people. They're just very, very supportive. You know what I mean? And again, please, because I know a lot of times, unfortunately, we're going to come across individuals that, professionals that really don't care. I mean, it's such as life, right? But don't let that discourage you. Don't be like,
Please
well,
don't.
this is fine. I need, I'm good. No, you're still going to have to, continue to go and to seek. And even if you have someone, like, let's say if your provider gave it, you that information, and say the person that they referred you to, you didn't really gel with them, go back to your provider. Like, hey, look, I really need help to find, can you help give me another referral? Right. Don't sit on it and just be like, okay, I'll do it later. Because again, that's the depression talking. Depression is going to keep on telling you, you good, do it again next week, knowing daggone well you ain't gonna do it next week. You see what I'm saying? It's just something to kind of get you to kind of stay and sit in that space, which is not healthy.
No. And if for me, I had to think about the 2 lives that God gave me. And like I told you all, I was in Europe when I gave birth to my second daughter, going through this. My first one, I didn't go through it. My husband was there. So her first few weeks, he was like my baby. Like, I literally almost had to fill out a form to see my own child, it felt like sometimes, because he was like so happy to have his daughter. And so I had that time to myself to just kind of heal and process being a mom and going through all the things that our bodies go through after birth. Right. The second time, I had to get on my feet moving, because I had a 9-year-old and I had all of these things that fell on me. And so to experience that unshakiness and that uncertainty and all of these emotions that I wasn't familiar with, it threw me for a loop. Right. And like Nikole shared earlier, I prayed, because I was like, I don't know what's going on. But thanks to God, I had a very supportive church family. Absolutely. Who every day somebody was stopping by, bringing food, checking on me and the baby, having counseling sessions with me just to talk and to judge me when I cried. That was like, Kim, it's going to be okay. This is perfectly normal. You're going to get through this. Just those encouraging words help me to know that, okay, I'm not losing my mind. This shall pass. I just have to just let it out. Don't try to hold it in, and don't walk around here like I'm Superwoman. It is okay to cry. It is okay to let your body go through this whole process. Right. But when it got too bad, I had to be smart enough to say, okay, I need some more help. But thank God for me, it didn't go that far. Right. But for those of you that say, look, I need some help, or my sister needs some help, my cousin needs some help, my boss needs some help, it's okay to pull them to the side and say, listen, just show your love and concern. Don't be judgmental. Don't be trying to get all up in somebody else's business, but provide a safe place for them to go and just talk. Because sometimes it helps just to be able to just, like you said, purge, let that stuff out in a safe place. And I'm telling you all, this is why I value Nikole Vincent so much, because she's told us today, and I knew beforehand, obviously, she provides the services. Not only that, she's walked the journey. Right. So when she sees that mother and father going through these transitions after the birth of their child, she can recognize it. She understands it. She did not get this out of a book somewhere. She's lived it. And I know, Nikole, for our audience, it makes a huge difference when you're talking with someone that's walked in your shoes like you have. Yeah. So I thank you for sharing that, saying, look, I didn't just form this business because I had nothing else to do or because I needed money or whatever. I formed it based on my experience, and her experience has been a great teacher, and now has allowed her to open up the doors for moms all over the Hampton Roads area and beyond. and she's providing services that many people could only dream of having.
Right.
So if you are not familiar with her business, Moms Need Help Too, or Brilliant Minds Learning Center, I would encourage you to do your due diligence now. Connect with her so that you won't have to go through this alone or feel like you're going through this alone or witness another person go through this alone. You have now another resource to point to people to say, hey, you need some help. I heard an episode of Sown and Rooted with Kimberly Collins, the educated natural, and her featured guest, Nikole Vincent. I believe they'll be able to help you. And if they can't help you, they know someone that can. But I love you too much to allow you to just sit here in this. Think about it that way. You are providing help for someone you care about.
Right.
And so, Nikole, I thank you. I thank you for this service because, like I said, I wish I would have had something like this for me personally. Yeah. So you all that's having babies now, you all are blessed. You are lucky to have someone of Nikole's caliber that has this business now that's providing so many services for us. And so thank you, Nikole. Now, as we're getting ready to wrap things up, because I know you have a busy day and I'm honored to have you here, and I don't want to take up all of your time.
It's all right.
Please tell everyone one more time how they could connect with you and leave any final words you would like to leave to those mothers out there.
Absolutely. You can reach us at www.momsneedhelp2, which is TOOLLC.com. And our phone number is 757-504-0511. What I had recently on Clubhouse, and I was speaking on someone's platform, and I was talking about peace. So my example was a hurricane. You know how a hurricane, everything is chaotic and it's whirling around you and everything, right? So in the center of that hurricane is the eye of the storm. It's so peaceful in there, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I've never been, but I'm just saying that's what my readings were. So, so inside is that eye of the storm, where's that peace. So essentially, if you think of yourself being inside of that eye of the storm, and then everything that's around you, that storm, if you will, is life. Life is always going to continue to happen as long as you have breath in your body, as long as you're standing firm on this ground on earth, right? So with that stated, everything is going to continue to happen around you. Yes. So if we step outside of our peace, what happens? We're going to get caught up in all that chaos, and we're going to be thrown about, and we're going to know up from down, not up from down, left from right. You see what I'm saying? We're going to be all over the place, right? So we have to learn how to stay in that peace. And what is that peace? That peace is, spirit, our Heavenly Father, and depending on who you call spirit, as long as he provides you that outlet that you can talk to, you can get on your knees or you can meditate, and and whoever that spirit is called, just make sure you always keep your eye on spirit. You see what I'm saying? Because they're not gonna lead you astray at all. Always remember that you are greatness. You are put on this earth to be purposeful. You are on this earth to be able to give back, and it's unfortunate that, society has gotten our minds to think that not my child, that this is mine. I don't care about yours. That ain't my problem. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we're here to do. No. You know what I'm saying? And we've lost sight of that. Look at all the chaos that's happening. Look at all these children that are being taken, and because everybody's like, I don't know what just happened because I ain't seen not a thing. You see what I'm saying? Right. So we've lost sight of so much that of our, not only ourselves, but we've lost so much lost sight of our neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Our community. So it's all about giving back. Even if you don't want to do that right now, cool. That's cool. You know what I mean? However, just know, how would you want your child to be, looked after or sought after? You know what I mean? You don't want to go up to somebody like, have you seen this child? And be like, I don't know, that ain't my problem.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you got to think about that. Like, do unto others as you want done to you,
That's
So
it.
with that stated, just like I said, just always know you are greatness. You're amazing. We are all amazing beings, regardless of what we're going through right now. Don't let it define you. It is not going to define you as long as you are steadfast in your peace and your spirituality. So, and that's all I got to give right now.
That's amazing. All I need now is just for you to verify that the phone number and the website that has been put there before our live audience is correct. We have www.momsneedhelp2llc.com for the website, and the phone number 757-504-0511.
Absolutely.
All right, there you have it, everyone. Please do not hesitate to reach out to today's featured guest, Mrs. Nikole Vincent, CEO, owner, El Presidente of Moms Need Help 2 LLC, as well as Brilliant Minds Learning Center there in Hampton Roads, Virginia. Thank you, my dear, for being here with me today. God bless you and your family, and may everything you touch shine like gold, girl. Thank you to our live studio audience for being here. Thank you, babies, booties. Yes, wash hands, wash hands, wash hands. We are still in a pandemic, everyone. Wash your hands. Thank you, Best Uni, for being here. Thank you, Marcella's Way. Oh, that reminds me. Marcella's Way is a custom designer there in the Hampton Road. No, she's in Virginia Beach area, I believe. So if you're looking, Nikole, for a local person to do some sort of customization for you, t-shirts, hats, socks, cups, mugs, whatever, reach out to Marcella's Way. She's over at Many Tings Customs. I'll get that information to you if you would like to have it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she's right there in your local area, not far from you. And so I think that will be a great connect for the two of you. She also has a young, handsome little son there, Mr. Mario. And I think that will be a great direct connection for you. You know, I'm all about making connections. So there you go.
Absolutely.
There you go. Thank you, everyone, for being here. If you ever need to reach out to me, Kimberly Collins, The Educated Natural, just do a social media search everywhere. Just look for The Educated Natural. That's where I am. If you ever need to connect with me for business, go to my website, www.sownonpurpose.com. If you can't find me there, you can always find me right here on Sown and Rooted every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, or in case we have to have an exclusive show for an exclusive guest. But until then, like I always say, remember, be sown, be rooted, and above all else, be blessed. God bless you all until the next time.
Peace.